of marginalized youth and communities. Truly, you give us many avenues to learn from many people whom we can be able to learn from their expertise. Pray that this evening, as we gather together as Filipino community here in Japan and some other places, pray that truly we can be able to learn and apply this in our life and then use it further, how we can be able to touch the heart of people. As we know, we can learn things from our speaker today and can use this further also to touch the lives of other people whom we meet in our life. As our motto in this ILS, learn from others to live for others. I pray that we can live our life with this motto. Thank you for this evening, and please be with us. We'd like to report and pray this in Christ our Savior. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Mr. Karumba. A pleasant good evening to everyone. First of all, I would like to give gratitude to God and to all participants that are here tonight. To all our guests from different organizations, to our guest speakers, to the organizers and staff of this meeting, and to all who contributed on this good cause. Thank you very much. Welcome to the 7th ILS Council Assembly. You know, the beauty of the ILS is we are sharing ideas about the different aspects, different perspective of life. And this will make us grow in and out, physically and mentally. And our topic tonight will help us to find a power within to make us grow and can be used in helping others. According to our speaker tonight, there is a great power lies inside us. And all that we need is to know how to unleash it and use it to power up the community to build an ideal society. And this is what we will learn tonight with the help of our speaker from Papua New Guinea. So if you want to unleash the power in you, please bear with us and acquire the power this evening. But be ready. There is a saying that says, greater power comes, greater responsibility. So if you can unleash the power in you, please use it for the greater good. Good evening and welcome. And for the opening message, let us hear from the Regional Executive Director of Philjap Blessed Family Association in Japan, who is the head organization of the ILS Council, to give us an opening message. Let us welcome him with a round of applause, Mr. Jun Humawan. Welcome, sir. Sir Jun Humawan, are you there?
Sorry, I'm speaking. Nakamute pala. Thank you, Mr. Ronnie, and good evening, everyone. To our most distinguished speaker tonight, Ms. Basila Basari, our leaders and representatives of different organizations here in Japan and in Philippines, good evening. Welcome to our 7th lecture series this evening. Thank you for joining us in our invitational lecture series to learn from others, to live for others. We need to search for people like Ma'am Pasila Basari, who have the experience and capability to share, inspire to us, and empower us to move for further development. My heartfelt gratitude goes to all collaborative individual and organizations who continue to support us in this noble endeavor of creating peace by learning from experience and knowledgeable authorities from the field. This year has been an excellent year for Philjap community. We have supported various causes and events like peace and nation building. And our advocacies and principles of peace have always been at the head of our vision and efforts. We have supported events and activities like the seventh Rally of Hope, the Think Tank 2022, coordinated events and activities with the youth and Students for Peace advocates for the projects and educational activities of the National Youth Commission. We believe all our advocacies will realize our vision for peace through ideal families, nation building through character development and civic responsibilities, and a world of peace through our coexistence, mutual prosperity, and universally shared values. We are so lucky to have the presence of our powerful speaker tonight to share with us how yoga and creative movements, physical activity are transforming the lives of marginalized youth and communities. Our topic tonight is a unique. I know everyone are very excited. We hope we can learn from her this evening. Thank you very much. And once again, good evening. Konbanwa.
Thank you, Mr. Junumawan, for the message. And at this point, let us watch together a video introduction for us to have a little background to know more about the speaker's active participation in transforming the lives of the marginalized youth and the community in Papua New Guinea. So let us watch this.
白層細胞まで芳醇保湿ふっくら自信に満ちた唇でイベアロイヤルブルーリップ笑顔が見たいです
Do you have the video, Ron? Wait, I have it here. First one.
This program aims to elevate, empower, to educate, and to offer employment to young people and to harness their creative, holistic side.
Demonstrate martial arts, all feel confident, all feel right, safe.
Klase kama blam to pamilu stintin logara something so mi kam the class kickboxing na mi sta pogara wante kickboxing jos mi ga big Billy was en ba mi sta inside na kama bambla fighter senior fighter is la kain jos mi sa luto mangi sa goran si class is la kain so mi sa big aim straight kickboxing.
Kickboxing and martial arts is all about discipline, so I am very disciplined and I know how to differentiate what is bad and what is good.
So yeah, the program has changed my life.
Zaman to mangkin amakin setakan pasnya no admi kong na kam staben chana filino kuta staben cha chumi like logo freedom rano na enjoy na meki olioka na bon rando.
Gives them hope and teaches them to accept themselves, to really be a whole being, peaceful and responsible human beings who once they go to this outside, they go back to the society, they're able to approach life on a different perspective altogether.
When the journey you got Mr. Outside and Lugo Sempa Mr. Natin never stop. Just stop nothing because when school 2 years me out of school and Mr. Natin look and me enjoying the yoga.
Now they are speaking in front of many people, teaching classes and teaching them all the things that they have learned and being courageous to share how they themselves have changed, you know. So it's really, really rewarding to see how young people have moved from nobody, living in the periphery of society, and now being in center stage of society and actually being applaud and being looked forward to being community champions.
I've been through this training last year and then I got selected to become a teacher. And now, as for now, I'm teaching in Grand Papua Hotel. I earn a living through teaching, and I earn like, if I have 12 students in my class, I charge per person 30 kina per person for 1 hour. So if I have 12, I earn like 360 kina a day, and it's helping me to support my family.
Get the plastic bag, collect all the rubbish on the road. All the way to Pagaro. We are going around Pagaro way. Yeah? The green thing, that's where the train is. People are going to look at the seaside. Take care of the seaside. We have been taking ownership of governance initiative in the city by doing volunteer cleaning in and around the city in our settlement, because we've been practicing healthy living in the city. We do a cleanup every 2 days in a week. Tuesdays and Thursdays, we come around Ella Beach area to clean up. Hello, guys.
Encouraging our people to come because I want them to be the, to start the change. The change also starts with them. When we all change, our family gets better, our community gets better, our city gets better.
Me like lo play and good la body for me healthy. And me no go la house sick. It's the kind now. Me am a mas na me like lo play yoga.
Walking, doing yoga, doing acrobat, dancing, physical activity, not competitive sport. It will improve your health, fitness, wellness. You'll live longer. We will overcome this problem that is killing our nation. Let's build our nation. One future, one city, one destiny, one cleaner, atmosphere, and better for everybody.
Wow. In your body, is that all?
You ever wondered what actors and actresses do when they have to get in shape really fast for a movie? Because I can promise you, it's not the same diet that you're following and the same training plan that you try. Why? Because what they do is take a catered.
Let's go to the next
Is
one.
it finished?
No, no, we have another one, the last one. This
Okay.
is the shorter one.
Mr. Rafi, I think it's the same one.
Is this the one? Is this the same?
This is the same one. This is
Okay.
the same one. It should be another video. It's just a 1 minute video, but it's okay. I think.
Okay. Wait. These are two different. Okay. Okay. So, what do we do? Should we play the other one, or we just go keep on?
It's up to you.
Okay. So, I will look for the other one while you can start. Maybe we can play it whenever when we have it. Okay. So
Sure.
okay, Ronnie, back to you.
Okay, Kuya. So just by watching the video presentation, we could see already how the speaker for tonight committed herself in giving hope and changing the lives of the community, especially to the youth in Papua New Guinea. Without further ado, let us welcome the founder of Active City Development Program in Port Moresby, Papua New Guinea. She is the life coach and trainer of the said organization. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in giving a warm welcome to our speaker tonight, Ma'am Fazila Bazari. Good evening, Ma'am.
Good evening. Thank you so much for having me for this lecture series. Thank you, Mr. Rafi. Thank you, Chairman of your society, and all the listeners that is tuning in to hear this series. Before I start my presentation, I would like to give you a little bit of data on the situation in Port Moresby. First and foremost, I'll give you the latest data on unemployment status of young people in Papua New Guinea. We have a 68% school dropouts, and from 1990 to 2000, we have had a drop of 30% of youth who are unemployed and undereducated. And we also have a major health and lifestyle crisis in Port Moresby. One of the biggest killer at the moment, we have high blood pressure, smoking, sedentary lifestyle, and overweight. And the latest data was shown that heart problem and kidney problem is one of the biggest killer. So Papua New Guinea has a problem with underemployment, undereducation for young people and school dropout, and also a health and lifestyle disease from non-communicable disease. And also the livability index for Port Moresby, in 2007, it was rated 137 over 140. And in 2019, it just went one layer up, number 5 over 100 and 135 over 140. So it's a very, very low livability index. It is almost one of the, the not so safe or dangerous countries to live in the world. It also has a very high level of gender-based violence cases, and mainly with young people. Using this backdrop as a reason based on evidence on the crisis that is in Port Moresby, I introduced this program using physical activity and creative movement to offer some kind of hope, some kind of change, and a platform for young people who may not be academically inclined or intellectually inclined, but to give them an environment, a nurturing environment that is caring, that is non-judgment, and so that they can express themselves. So our vision is to create a healthy city that is safe, that is clean, that is contributory and participatory, to elevate, to educate, and help employability of young people in Port Moresby. So the program aims to develop behavior change among young people, where young people feel empowered and they want to become better citizens of their city. And it is also to create a more inclusive society that is healthy, resilient, and an active city for all. And also, like now, we are helping you to get to know about Port Moresby to help change the image about Port Moresby. Yes, if you Google Port Moresby, there is a lot of negative stories, but there are also good things that is happening to counter. So that is also one of the aim to share with the world that we are trying to create a new normal, to create a city, despite all of these issues, a city that is amazing, and a city that can be a center for tourism, a center for music, arts, and sporting activities. So that is just roughly a little bit about what we do here. And you have seen from the video some of the components of our program. And so at this stage, we have also included circus skills, We have also included what you call b-boy dancing. So as we get more young people coming in into our program, we begin to introduce. We also have wushu kung fu that we have introduced. More activities that to bring out, to entice. At the moment, we are reaching out. At the moment, we are reaching out to 58 different locations in Port Moresby, in informal settlements. And we are also now have gone into schools, into sporting activities with basketball federation, with soccer association. And the more we train our teachers to become, these young people to become teachers, the more we start creating jobs so they can go back into school. So even though they are school dropouts, but they are still teaching, still going back to school, but now to teach other people yoga or acrobatics. And the certification that we give them is recognized by the British Wheel of Yoga. It follows a 250-hour curriculum. And so it makes them have a basic level to go out there to teach. So at this point, I think I would leave it here in case anybody have any more questions to ask me.
Okay.
You're muted, Kuya Rafi.
Okay, I think it's time for the question and answer portion. Ronnie, back to you.
Yes, thank you, Ma'am Bazari, for sharing your thoughts and ideas on how you have touched the lives of the people in Port Moresby. And may your doings become our inspiration on how we could as well touch others' lives to build our legacy in the future to come. God bless you, ma'am. So now let us
Thank you so much.
Go to the question and answer.
Can I have the first one?
Yes, Kuya.
Okay.
Okay, those who want to ask their question, just raise your hands, okay? And if you cannot be accommodated, if there are so many want to ask question, please write down your question on the chat room, and later maybe the organizer will give it to the speaker to answer that, okay? So, yes, Sir Rafi, are you volunteering to?
Yeah, I just have I think I talked with Miss Bazari a long time ago, but her impact on the youth and marginalized communities in Papua New Guinea is very, it's like a miracle to me, you know, how she can educate and mobilize people, certify those people who do not seem to have a good future, but she has turned them basically into gems of, you know, talents and, you know, people who can really change communities as well. So I'm just curious if Fazila is open to having some kind of collaboration with other countries that needs your expertise. I know you have some connections there, but I think the people in the world needs your expertise and experience. Like we have the Zero to Hero program in the Philippines. I know that one. I think I have introduced to you Dr. Vinos, who manages the International Peace Leadership College Zero to Hero program. And there are other, actually, when I saw the people involved in your activities, I think even in the island of Cebu, I can remember they were asked to do some kind of dancing. The prisoners danced and they won the Guinness Book of World Records, you know, championship, I think. And so, and there are other things that actually looks like your outstanding efforts there, but your program is actually unique, you know. I think unique in the sense that you are certifying the people who are not so who can be, you know, the people who are marginalized. They are certified to become teachers. You know, this is like a miracle to me, because you know, in some areas in the world we have people like this, mm, like you have shown to us. So let me go back. Are you open to a collaborative effort with other countries, not just in Papua New Guinea? I think it will cost some resources, but are you open to it?
Definitely, I'm really open to collaboration. The new competition is collaboration. So yes, I am very much very interested. We can also talk about exchange program where we can send our youth that we have trained here. The teacher that you saw that went into prison was my youth when I lived in Kenya. I lived in Kenya and I run similar program, and I have a Kenyan person who's working now in Port Moresby as an expatriate. You know, he was also from a street situation, but he has a teaching diploma, and he comes here now and he's teaching young people through his story of change. So I don't see why we cannot do that in the island of Cebu, where we send Papua New Guineans to go over there, change, and you can send some Philippine young people as a collaboration, but I can see many possibilities for us to do that.
Thank you. Thank you very much for having that open mind.
Thank you, Sir Rafi, for the question. And I see one raising his hand. I think Sir Roy Karuma, please state your question.
Thank you,
Sir Karuma.
Ma'am, for that great works you have. I saw in the video you have diverse activities like martial art, dancing, acrobatics. Are you collaborating with the people who are experts in martial arts, in acrobatic to teach, or are you teaching it by yourself?
Thank you so much for your question. I have trainers that have come from all over the world. I have trainers who are professional circus performers. Circus would include, you know, juggling, clowning, acrobatics, aerial dancing, and Mariana, who is online with me, she's from Argentina. She come and another person as well, who are also from Argentina, and they are circus performers that have gone all over the world, and they love the work that I do. They came as volunteers for a few times, and they decided to stay on to support me in the program. And then I have Ezra, who is from Kenya, who helps me with the yoga because he knew how it's being run. And sometimes I go back to Japan as well to see my son. And then I have a Bermudian person who is a professional dancer. So she does yoga and dance, and she's done a lot of performance, and she has used dance for healing and trauma healing. So she's working with us, and she's also has a PhD in early childhood education and adult education. So we have a good group of trainers, and including myself, a life coach and trainer. We work together, and then we strategize on how we can use all these different things, including music and stuff like this, to mobilize young people, because somehow they're not interested in going to church, they're not interested in school. There's just something that is not holistic enough to hook young people to want to be responsible, to want to be purposeful. So I guess our program, you know, is very simple, is visible, and then it is very inclusive. You don't need to be clever, or you don't need to buy any equipment. We also have strong values, and if you're interested, I can share our values, our pillars, our goals. It makes young people feel really want to be a part of us, very passionate trainers who want to work with young people, and also they feel they have a purpose, they have a contribution statement, even though they are marginalized, or they are drug addicts, or they could be rascals. But here they come, we see them, you know, people with great potential and great future, and they love it. So they respond back accordingly. So in answer to your question, yes, I do work with different people. And we also have local trainers. Our kickboxing trainer is a Papua New Guinean. our dance teacher also, we have a Papua New Guinea. So yeah, I do work with other trainers as well.
Thank you, Mom, for that answer. Actually, I will continue. Because what I'm thinking is that we are taking care of one place in the Philippines like that, but sometimes we don't know how to take care of these people in the remote areas. So I get the idea that, yeah, we need to collaborate with some people in that local area to work together to empower young people in that area. I think that's very good. Very good example. Thank you.
You're welcome. We have trainers that we can send to you who can help you develop the program, bring in trainers from your community and in your area, and then we can come back and you can continue and we can exchange notes. So I am very happy to do something like this in the Philippines.
Wow, great. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Roy Karumba. I just want to recognize the presence of Mariana Silva. I think she is from Port Moresby. Am I right?
Okay.
Welcome, ma'am.
Kita niyo po ba ang aking
Thank you so much.
presentation?
I am from Argentina, but I am in Port Moresby.
Panglima,
Okay.
yung panglima, 3 hanggang 12.
Thank you.
Please, those who are watching something, please mute your audio so that we could start, we could continue our meeting. And I just want to shoot the third question, if it is okay, ma'am. Ma'am Bazari, my first question is, what is your motivation? What motivates you to do this noble cause, especially in Papua New Guinea? Because I've heard that you're not from Papua New Guinea, right?
No.
Am I right, ma'am?
Yes, correct. I am originally Malaysian, and I left Malaysia 25 years ago. And my first job was in Papua New Guinea. I came to join the national newspaper to help with social marketing because that's my background. I do business promotion and marketing. This was like my old previous life where I went to university to study. And then when I came here, I was living a very posh expat life, and I was just thinking, wow, there's so many Chakoi so far. And I was introduced to yoga. After that, I met my partner, who was also working here in Port Moresby, and then we moved to London. And at that time, I was pregnant with my daughter. And because I didn't want to work and I wanted to be a mother, so I started studying to become a yoga teacher, and I learned everything about the philosophy of yoga, and that helped to heal me. At the same time, opened up many different areas in my body to see how I can be an agent of change, how I can be an influencer based on the skills that I have. And it's just not to pay a mortgage or to buy a car, but how can I use my influence to enrich the life of another? And with that, with just that one decision, I start meeting different people. I was led to meet my teacher, who is a guru. I went to India, and I started living myself a very spiritual life. And when I took my, what do you call it, oath, like maybe in Christianity, you become a deacon or like a pastor, I took like the yogic sannyas. Sannyas means somebody who has renounced life for the spiritual gain of another person. It sounds religious, but it's just not. It's just really about, and everybody kept telling me, you have no idea what you're going to do. You don't know where God is going to place you to be doing the work that you're doing. And so from there, I moved to Thailand, and I started teaching like all yoga teachers would in different yoga studios, running to this yoga studio, that yoga studio, teaching all these rich people wearing tight leotards, looking at their faces in the mirror. And then I was like, I don't know, something is not right here. I should be doing more. And then my husband got posted to Kenya. And in Kenya, I saw a lot of people living in ghetto and in settlement. And I thought, okay, something I could do. And then I took my third level of sannyas, which is like you would see monks wearing white. that is the first level. And when you see monk wearing yellow, that is the second level. And when you see Buddhist monk wearing orange, that's like the third level. So I took my third sort of sannyas. And from then on, I started going out into settlement communities and working with these young people. And well, I started training young people to actually go back into their communities. And then somebody in Port Moresby called me and said, we follow your story in Kenya. Can you come to Port Moresby and do the same thing here? We have a lot of young people in similar situation and similar socio-economic situation. I said, okay, fly me down. I'll see how it goes. Just like how we are having this conversation now. And I came here, and today I'm being funded by the provincial government, who saw so I came here with as a social responsibility program to like a family mart. It's called Stop and Shop. So they funded me for 2 years, and I managed to tackle some of the problem in their problem area. And then it was recognized by the government, who now gave me more funding, and that gave me more reach out. And then now the rest is history. I'm here for 7 years. So the motivation really comes from a decision that I wanted to make to how do I elevate the life of people? I think everybody has a certain magic in them that they can become useful to help to better the planet and change life, be an agent of change. So what was my skill? I'm a yoga teacher, I'm a trainer, I'm good at social marketing and PR. How can I use that? Yes, to pay my bills, at the same time, to change lives of other people and to make the world a happier and a better place. So that is what motivating me every day, to honor and see the divine in each soul, and then using my skill and my magic to influence them for change. Thank you. Sorry, I went on a little bit.
Okay, that's a very good goal, né? And your purpose is really, really to help others. And I think your power, your magic need by this world, because we need changes. We need change in this world, and we need people like you. So please continue doing this. And many actually, there are many countries who need that kind of expertise, like Mr. Roy Karumba said before. And thank you so much for becoming our speaker for tonight. So thank you so much. So is there any more volunteer?
Follow-up question. Ronnie, I have a follow-up question.
Yes, Sir Rafi.
Okay, I'm just curious. How did you start the program in the countries you were in? Like I think you went to Kenya and you did something of the same, program. But did you approach the politicians, or you just started with the people from the grassroots going up, or from up going down? Yeah.
So in Kenya, I was doing it out of my own funding. I couldn't work because I was having a spouse status, so I used my own funding. And I was teaching classes, paid classes. So I would use the money that I made from paid classes to go and do my community work. So then it was, sometimes it wasn't sustainable, but most of the time it was okay, because it wasn't much. I invested in a studio. So in Kenya, it was always through donation, through friends who would donate in my classes when I taught classes. But in Papua New Guinea, I was actually called, somebody noticed my work and said, okay, this is great. So when I came, I guess the answer to your question is that you've got to write a magic proposal, a proposal that really touches the problem. You need to know the country that you're going into, and then you identify the problem and identify the solutions that is available but not working. So you fill in the gaps. So we know that the UN is here, every NGO under the sun is here. Why is it that we are not getting this interest from young people? Because a lot of them are conducting workshops and all these things, which is using their mind. We are using their strength. We identify the strength of these young people is their physical body. So our program is, is really simple, like everybody can participate. So I guess the key thing is a real good proposal, a very affordable funding budget, keep the budget low. And I approach business houses that called me And then when I was introduced to the government, it was through evidence, impact of the change and testimonies and recommendations by people of influence. So it started out going from the middle, from the corporate houses to below, and then it went top down. When I came top down, when I had political will, I had more money to reach out to like the entire city, more security. So yes, approaching everybody that we can work with. And I think it's important that we work with the UN, United Nations, we work with NGOs, we work with government, non-governmental organizations, with youth groups, women groups, schools. So yeah, Mariana can share more a little bit maybe about some of the community approaches that we are doing. Mariana, if you want to say one of the things in answer to this question.
Yeah, okay. Thank you very much. I think, are you asking Maria? Oh, Maria.
With Mariana, would you like to share something?
Yes, go ahead, Ma'am Mariana.
Yes, thank you. I don't know if someone has any question, otherwise I can just share.
Share.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, everyone, for having me also here.
Mama Nai. Speak.
Can you hear clear?
Please continue, yes.
Okay, good. I was saying thank you, and thank you, Ms. Vasila, for inviting me to be in this important talk today. So like she was sharing about the program, it's a program very simple that has a lot of components and is open to everyone. But from this simple program, we can create a lot of change, especially in young people. So we can see how they just by coming every day, all these young people, like you were hearing, like in PNG, sedentary lifestyles is like a big issue. And so these youth, they don't go to school, they don't show interest in do any activities. So every morning, because of this program, they wake up to do something, and they come here and they stay in the class for 4 hours doing physical activities, learning a lot of social values, getting a lot of personal development. So slowly, every day, just by showing up, they are creating a lot of change that then is translated in the society. It's beyond the skills that they learn, because of course they learn how to do yoga and how to dance and how to do acrobatics, that then the people will see them and they will like be like, oh. But beyond all of that, they learn a lot of skills that help their personal development and the development of the city, especially. And with that, of course, the country and, like you were saying, a better world for everyone. It's really a very motivational job, and it's like a big honor for me to be part of this program and be working with Vasila, like you all know her, and it's like a big pleasure to be able to share all these opportunities with her.
Okay, ma'am, is it okay?
Yes, it's okay. I stopped there, but I am open to answer questions if you want to know something else.
While we are waiting for someone who will ask question, I can ask you. Can I ask you a question, ma'am? Okay.
Of course.
What do you gain in these ventures that you are doing?
Thank you so much. It's like it's a very interesting question, because it's very satisfying. Sorry, to see the young people being happy and being positive scenes every day. Like when you are there, you know, they come from a background where they see violence every day. Life is very hard. because they struggle a lot in everything, to have a place to sleep, to have access to water, to eat. Everything is a problem in life. But when we see them there in the training space, and suddenly they are dancing together, they are being happy, and they laugh one each other, and they are all friends. Oh, that is like it makes you feel really good. It's like you can say, okay, the job is done. These youth are doing something positive. And we know that when you can fill your heart with love, with friendship, you become a better person. So that is what we gain the most.
I think that's the best answer.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Okay, so there are actually there are two people raising their hands. I think first let me call Dr. Janet Kabayama. Please, ma'am, state your question.
Yes, this is a question for the speaker. Yeah, because I practiced yoga during a few years ago. So yes, it is. I believe it has benefits for everyone. So from age, from younger ones until adulthood, even now, even the old people can still practice yoga, because I knew it is beneficial, and it is calming effect for those who may have been overcoming stress. Yeah, I believe that. I believe in yoga. So my question is, do you offer online classes for this practice, for those people who may want to participate? Because we have a project here in the Philippines, but it's not popular, but we have a project, and because of the pandemic, I think they are having problems continue it. And now they're looking for volunteers to teach their students via online. Do you have practitioners who can teach online classes, or even perhaps who can teach among ourselves, among who may be interested in the practice? Because I know yoga has so many poses specific for any problem in the body. That is my question.
Yes, thank you. I know that some of our teachers, I know Ezra teaches some online classes with students in the US, but not necessarily, disadvantaged children. It is possible, but our problem here is connectivity and power. So sometimes, we have regular power cuts. And so sometimes, to answer your question, yes, we do online classes. It is possible. We don't do it here because we use it for behavior change. So it's an interaction with people. But yes, we could organize some. Mariana has all the equipment for online classes. I don't know if she teaches online to some of our people, but yes, it is possible. Thank you, Dr. Janet.
Thank you for the answer.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Janet.
You're welcome.
And do we have any more volunteer? Sir Roy Karumba, are you raising your hand?
No,
No.
I asked already my question.
Actually, for the information of Mama Basili, many of our participants tonight are actually leaders of their different organization. So maybe later they will call you for the same question that Dr. Janet had asked about asking for a yoga session. Okay, and so we have still time. Do you have any more questions?
Ronnie?
Yes, Kuya.
Just a follow-up. So I'm just curious again, if Ms. Fazila has an ongoing project with other nations except Papua New Guinea. Are you still involved with Kenya? Are you still involved with Thailand? Because you mentioned Thailand a while ago. Are you still doing those connections with them?
No, I work with in Kenya. I still work with my old students, so I still follow some of the projects that they do, and I try to help out wherever I can. But the work in Port Moresby is full on. So in Thailand, I do have friends. I have connection from all over the world. I work with the South Africa Prison Yoga Project. I support a girl who is also doing peace within prison in Kenya. But our work in Papua New Guinea is just so much, and we are expanding. And right now, we've just made collaboration with the World Bank, who want us to partner with their urban youth employment program, and that in itself is administratively a lot of work. In fact, I am not even doing teaching anymore. I had to learn myself to do other things. You know, when you're on a trajectory of change, change also occurs to us. And we also need to be flexible to bring change into our lives. And sometimes change look rather difficult, as you said in the beginning. So I had to learn so many new things, like monitoring and evaluation, impact report, which as a yoga teacher, I never had to do all of that. But now I have to do all of these things. I have to present to my funders, you know, what is going on, and so that I can create more like videos, making videos, all of these things. So these are things I had to learn along the way. So it's full on. So at the moment, I wish I could do more, but I am not working in any other country besides the countries that I've been. But I am interested to venture out. And I guess the difficulty is always funding. You know, so if I have a good funder who's willing to fly us down, we don't want professional fees, but just to give us food, somewhere to stay, take care of the basic, you know, running around, we are happy to come anywhere in the world to do that.
I just thank you for giving that answer. Just to share, I was attending a PWPA conference, and one of the principals who founded a school in the mountain mentioned something like National Geographic. If you approach National Geographic, they have some funding available for people who are doing these things, you know, for giving hope and giving services to other people. So I think that's one thing you can do, or some of us can do here. The other one I would like to ask you is, are you open to, I have a group, I want, my wish, my strong desires for you to share this, say what you have shared with us tonight, to the Professors World Peace Academy of the Philippines. This is a group of people who are managing different schools, and you know, who are into different projects like the one I mentioned to you, who established by a lady who used to be an administrator of a school in Cavite, somewhere in Luzon Island, and she basically resigned from her job and started to work in a very remote place in the mountain, just to provide educational services to the people to the children who cannot go to schools. So if it's possible, can I invite you to speak at the Professors World Peace Academy? This is a group of people, presidents of the universities in the Philippines and some parts of Asia as well. Can I invite you to speak there too, Azila?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Honor, thank you for asking me to speak. I would love to.
Yeah, okay. Thank you very much. Okay.
Thank you, Sir Rafi, for that invitation also, and your question as well. And I cannot see raising their hand, so can I call someone to ask question, because we still have time? How about I saw Mr. Pat Margate. Sir Margate, are you there? Do you have any comments? Do you have any question?
I'm here. I'm sleepy.
Go ahead, sir.
Are you volunteering me to question?
Yes, I do. Or even it's not a question, just say something about what you have heard regarding their testimonies. It's okay.
Oh, well, it's in as much as we are here hearing those inspiration from what name is she? From
Miss Basili, am I right? Basili, ne? Ma'am Basili.
Basila
Basili.
Bazari.
Sorry for that.
Basila. Oh, Bazari. I was very much impressed because
Fasila.
seldom we meet people like this who are working for the sake of others. And although I have been experiencing also serving public people also, especially in the hospital. And I really appreciate that person who can truly express their service without even expecting professional fee. They are a volunteer and they could truly be a model to our society. And they can truly help for the purpose of creating what we call a brotherhood.
Yes.
And I really like that type of person, although I have been engaged with Hare Krishna and some of our friends in the hospital who is working in Hare Krishna. So I have the idea of this because it's living also for not only for the purpose of others, but also for a healthy spiritual and mental. And I really like to hear your message. I really enjoy also those kind of messages. Only that. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you, Sir Pat Morgate, for that testimony and your comments regarding the message or the speaker for today, for tonight. Okay, so are there more questions?
Ronnie?
Yes,
Ronnie?
Yes.
Just in case we don't have people who are going to ask questions, can we just ask Mari, our guest from Argentina?
Mariana Silva.
Mariana Silva, to share her experiences from the time she learned from Miss Bazari and how she is now. Are you earning more? Are you much better? Are you able to help more than before? How is it affecting your personal, professional, and employment life? Okay, can you, Mariana?
Go ahead, Ma'am Mariana Silva.
Unmute first.
Yeah, now yes. Okay, thank you so much. Yes, I will share my experience. I have been here in Port Moresby in Papua New Guinea for almost 4 years. So when I came to the program was already working, and I saw all these youth and all these people coming for the classes to do yoga, to learn circles and dance and brace band, and then they will walk every Sunday. So I came just like, when you come from outside, you don't know very well what is this, but you see, you are surprised, and you try to understand what happened. So at the very first time, I fall in love with everything. I knew that this program was very positive, that all the proposal were like, yes, this is something that need to happen, that can happen. It's just a matter of doing it. So this is why from the very beginning, I was really keen to join and to keep helping in this program, because I knew that the proposal was really important and really, how to say, but realistic, something that, yes, if we do this, change will happen. So I slowly was sharing more with the people, and at the time that I was teaching, because I came here as a circus instructor, so I was teaching circus, everything about acrobatics and juggling and clowning and drama. It teaches the youth how to go on a stage and do performances. So as I was teaching the youth, I was learning a lot from them, and I was learning from the program, how the program is, how it is interact with the communities, how it is interact with people that are struggling, but they are really hoping to change, or maybe they don't know if they want to change, but they really trust in what we are offering to them. So that's also changed me, because it gave me a perspective of how I see life, how I see like it's possible to create a better world. And so as the days, the months, and the years were passing, like Fasila was saying, the program was growing. It got more responsibility, more components. So also my position was changing, because like we all were like, okay, we need to learn to do more things. We need to do more things for the programs, move from one place to another one. So it's really changed me, because before I was a 24 hours performer. I was only performing every day of my life. Then I came here, I started teaching, and still like doing a lot of work on the ground. And then I have to move to help the program to work. So I do a lot of office work. I need to help in all the coordinations and all the strategies and everything to really make the program to turn the light on every day. So it's changed me personally and professionally, because I changed the structure of my life. I learned a lot, but it goes together with the program. So it's really changed me in a very positive way. And to be doing this process of change and growing, to be doing it together with the program, together with the participants, and under the guidance of the mentor of the program, Ms. Fasila, it's really like, it's like a, how to say, it's a smooth change. It's something that goes, and you feel like everything runs in a good way, and we all together move through to something that is every time better and better. So this is how it's like my process of change. It's like the other people can tell more, because they knew me before and now, and so they can say, okay, like I am doing it something totally different, but I'm happy, and I am feeling like how positive it is. I hope this answered the question.
Thank you very much. Yeah, I'm so, yeah, the Vasila I know before, and the Vasila I know now from the sharing of Vasila herself is very different. You know, I'm just overwhelmed by the expertise and experience and capability of Vasila to turn other people's lives, you know, like we have seen from the videos. I can truly relate from your experience, Mariana. When I look at your face sharing, I can relate that face to the people I saw on the video. They're much happier, more active, more involved, more engaged. And I just wonder if Fazila, during her years of doing this, have you experienced some highs and some lows in your program? Like you mentioned, like the funding thing. Yeah, sometimes you had to get the money from your own pocket to keep the program going. I think when you were in Kenya, I hope as the years, you know, during this time you already have some funding or some support. I really feel for you, you know. I understand how I would struggle myself if I don't have the right funding to keep on the project. Fazila, do you have some highs and lows in your experience of the program so that we can learn from it? I think some of the organizers here, some leaders here are also into some kind of charities. I think they can relate with you if you share some of your experiences.
Thank you. My guru always said that if you want to do something from your heart, money is not your prime motivator. Don't look for money. Look for that purpose and for why is it that you want to do something. So I never really had that. Money for me was what's in your pocket is going to come to my pocket and then it's going to go to the next pocket. But if I wake up and I do something and money is like a cycle, like a rotation, it's not something you keep, because the more you keep and it stops there, it's not going to keep coming back. So he always say, keep the money rolling. The more you give, the more you're going to get. So I always had that philosophy at the back. Number one is, yes, funding is an issue in Papua New Guinea, but not so much because I learned to live within my means. I had very good support from, my in-laws, my brothers, my sisters were all doing well. So that's good. But when I came to Papua New Guinea, my biggest low was I had a mindset issue of people thinking yoga was a cult because it's a Christian country and they thought I was bringing Hinduism into the country. And that because women are still not, there's no gender equality. So the gender parity also didn't work in my favor because they thought I was this girl bringing this Kama Sutra into Port Moresby, putting some magic into all these politicians to fund me. And I was probably, sleeping with the politicians to get funding. It was just horrible. So I had to go through fake news. I was cyberbullied. I was seen as, I don't know what it was. It was just all so crazy and horrible that I had to go through. I had such integrity and such positive intention, but I was seen as the total opposite. That was a great low for me. I think I had to go through a lot of cleaning work myself. Like, how can people want to pull somebody down so badly out of jealousy because I was getting government funding? And so they thought that, I was actually corrupt or using money to as a funnel for the politicians. So this was one of my biggest low. The funding wasn't really so much a low because somehow we could get charity and donation, and all of our trainers also, we are very low maintenance. But my biggest is to convince people that what I was doing is positive, that we come with a good heart and change takes time. You might not see change quickly. Behavior change take over a period of time. So people were getting impatient. They felt like taxpayers' money was being run to fund one woman. They see it as more women than a program. So I had to do many things, which was a big lesson as well. And so we changed the Yoga for Life program to an active city development program to make it a little bit more neutral. So it was a lot of cyberbullying, a lot of sexism, misogyny was my biggest low. But somehow, change began to speak by itself. And my guru also always said that when you do something good, there's always a mirror. And always make sure that the mirror that you're looking at is reflecting exactly what you want to see. So I always had to remember, okay, this is my challenge now. And I just had to keep going and keep going. I was so close to giving up. I was worried that, my family might be dragged into, it was just horrible. But we overcome it. It was 2 years now. And it went until, people going into my bank account to check how I was spending my money, even though we do proper equitals and we do reports. So that was my biggest low. And, but it really taught us a lesson to have everything properly documented, to always have a backup in, in making sure that our impact was evidence-based and to satisfy our funders and the taxpayers. So yeah, but we're still good. We're still going. We're still growing.
Thank you, Fasila.
Thank you.
Mr. Ronnie.
Yes, go ahead.
Can we ask some of our listeners to share? I think some of them can relate to what she was saying, like people persecuting or people putting you down or making up stories against you because they're kind of jealous, or I think some people here can can anyone say, I think, and I know a few people actually, but I won't call them. Can you share?
Anyone?
Yeah, anyone who can relate with Fazila, please come out.
Please give your a reflection or comments regarding Ma'am Fazila's testimony. Do you have any volunteer?
I don't want to volunteer someone, but I think I know a few people here.
Maybe you can call them, Sir Rafi. You can call them.
Should I?
I think it's okay.
Can I call on? How about? Let me see. Just a few people here. Can I call? Is Adel there? No, not Adel. I don't think he is prepared for this. Let me just say Roy Karumba. Mr. Karumba, please. Roy.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I can relate with that. When we are doing something to the community, really somebody who don't understand what we are doing, they will think that this person is like converting us, is like before I'm doing something in my hometown. This person is a Satanism. Like that. Then
Yes.
some government officials run after us and then caught us with all my stuff and then interrogate us, and then I explain, and it happened that the one that caught us is my relative also. So I said, I am the son of this, you know, my father, why I'm doing this? Like, because we are doing something for the couple, like we are like blessing other people, the couple, pledging them to really build an ideal that they will pledge to build an ideal family, that they should fidelity in their marriage, like that, guiding their children. Children should be guided to keep their purity before marriage. That's our advocacy. Educating young people to keep their purity before marriage, and then for husband and wife, they should only one husband, one wife, keep fidelity, build a good family, so that we can have a good society, because the family is the basic unit of the society. So when we talk like that, regardless of your religion, we are doing this. But then they say, oh, this is Satanism, like that. But then later on, when the work become so visible in the community, and the changes, especially in my family, in my hometown, become visible, then I think this is okay. I think this is okay. So people change their concept about you if they can see a substantial result. So there is changes in the young people whom you are guiding, and changes in the family, especially in the couple that you are guiding. I think, yeah, I can relate to that. I've been a volunteer missionary in before in the Philippines, and also here in Japan, doing something the same, inviting other people, Filipino community, to do the same, giving lectures about families. Then some, oh, this is another group, another religious group, like that. But our goal really is just to encourage people to build an ideal family. That's all. That's all. I can relate to that, Mom. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I had a really supportive family, and my son and my children would send me books, fake news, and even good photographers. And then all of a sudden, feel the bad actually
collaboration. Lecture garon.
I would like to add more. It's the same persecution with our founder in our movement. Dr. and Mrs. San Myung Moon. His goal really is to build a one-world family under God through building an ideal family, regardless of religion. But then, still he is persecuted. So, but then later on, when the work is so visible, there is already a substantial result that people can see, the change of life of young people and those family who receive his blessing. Then people say, oh, he is really a peace-loving citizen. He is like a person, a couple that can bring a substantial peace in this country through changing the lives of young people and building an ideal families, encouraging people to build an ideal families. So I think all people who are doing good things in this world will encounter persecution. Will encounter persecution. Then when the results come, they will say, ah, really, we are peace-loving people. So welcome to the club. Peace-loving people. Thank you. That's all.
Thank you. My teacher always said, when you go to the next level, the evil can also goes next level to chase. So next level brings upon, the new devils. But we just have to keep going.
Yes, I think so. It's adjusted to the same level as the level of what you're doing. Okay. So thank you so much.
But it also,
okay, go ahead.
But what I wanted to say is it helps us develop a certain kind of resilience, and I think that no great change comes without great sacrifice, and no great change comes without great pains. So I feel what it has taught me is for me to change this pain into opportunities. And they also say that if you are a light worker, you're going to be thrown a lot of darkness, and you got to learn to shine your light brighter. So we got to be careful what we ask for.
Okay, thank you so much.
I also would like to add something.
Yes, go ahead.
It is true. When result comes, people start to change, because it's happening a lot with the program. Like the program at the beginning, like maybe was like this group of people doing this, and everyone looking from outside. What is it that they are doing? Is this religion or what? But as the program is growing, and nowadays we partner with so many organizations, every time we do an activity with another NGO or another agency, they are like really happy to be in the program, to work with us, to share with us. So it's like the results, they are seeing the results with that. Maybe before they were just listening to all these scenes, and now they can experience by themselves. They can see the youth. Like recently there was a dance competition with companies, dance companies from the country, from all over the country. And for the first time, a group of youth from Active City, they went to the competition, they registered themselves, and they presented a dance. And they, among 14 dance troupes, they were up in the top 5. And no one knew that Active City has a group of dancers, and they can create a choreography, and people was like, wow, they were like the favorites to win the competition. So and I am sure, because we know all these organizations and everything, I am sure all these people before were in the side of listening all these rumors and everything, but because they never saw with their own eyes the results of the program, and now they were able to see this youth dancing, showing a lot of talent, a professional level, and they are all youth. They know they are all youth from the settlement, from the street. So really, it's like people now can see the change, and they join us. It's like so when we go to the next level, Evil will come to the next level, but Evil will need to be bigger because we are getting bigger, so it won't be so easy. So I think it's very important to not give up. We will face all these lows. People will try to push everyone down, but not to give up is very important.
Thank you, Miss Ma'am Mariana Silva. I think you're right. Né? So fight and fight. That's why the power must come within, because within it's very powerful. Okay, thank you so much. I think it's enough, no? And we could continue to next number of our program. And first I want to say thanks to the speaker and also to Ma'am Mariana Silva for your sacrifices in spite of so many persecution. I think there are so many persecution ahead from on your sacrifices. Still, you are still going on in this endeavor that you have. Thank you very much for coming here tonight. Okay. So now, for the closing address, may I call on the program director of PhilJob Invitational Lecture Series. Let us welcome Professor Rafael E. Ablong. So Rafi.
Thank you, Ronnie, for that short introduction and for being our MC tonight. Thank you so much, Fazila and Mariana, for sharing your experiences, especially for Fazila. I am so thankful that you have opened up a new vision in our life. Your vision of having a city composed of active and responsible people who can positively impact other peoples and communities around the world, even at one point using your own resources, is actually inspiring us to do the same. You are on the right track, and we are so inspired by your sharing tonight. You have basically risen over and above the levels of every level in your life. So I think you are a very good example of a victor, of a person who can really carry on despite so many negativities around. Turning ordinary citizens and school dropouts into certified teachers who could pass the same values, skills, and experiences to other people is something we need to learn from you, and we need to, I think, do it even in our small communities here in Japan or in the Philippines. As you said, change takes time, and to do public service, we need to do it from the heart, and we have to let change speak for itself about us. Thank you for giving us some practical ideas about making other people support our program by making a very good proposal and approaching the right people, training ourselves to go beyond our level and be always prepared to meet the next level on a higher level. I think you are not. I also met so many devils in my life. I can easily relate with that one, but it's fine now. I can see that I am not alone. So thank you, Fazila, for being with us, and thank you, Mariana, for being a very good supporter and active, verbal, person who can really translate the vision and the actions of Fazila in Papua New Guinea into something that we can learn from, especially from you, because you learned it from her. Before we finish, we would like to give this certificate of appreciation. Can I share my screen to everyone? We have prepared a certificate of appreciation to Ms. Fazila Bazari in grateful recognition of her valuable contribution to the Filipino-Japanese community in Japan as the guest speaker of the, we still have to edit this one, of the 7th Invitational Lecture Series on Life and Reality, especially on how yoga and creative movements transform the life of marginalized youth and communities, given this 21st day of November 2021 in Japan via Zoom. Congratulations to Fazila, and we are so grateful also to our guest, our Marian Selva. Also, this certificate of appreciation is signed by our very own Regional Executive Director, Mr. Jun Humawan, and Roy Karumba, our chairman of Education Committee and in the council. Thank you very much for coming over to all our leaders and representatives of the different organizations. I know that some of you are very busy because it's election season time in the Philippines soon, and the campaign is on. So I know that you're just here to drop, but to listen. So I hope you have learned so many things from our speakers today, especially from Ms. Bazari. She is just looking at her, I realized I'm just looking at the world, I'm just looking, I just happen to be, it's like I'm lucky to be here today to be able to see the world through her. And to see the world through her means to see public service in substance, in action through her. And in addition, I saw the devil through her. So for every level, we need to prepare for the devil. We need to harden our resolve, to strengthen our commitment, and reflect and really get more potential to overcome the devil in every corner. So thank you very much to all our visitors, to our audience, to all the participants. Thank you so much to the leaders of the United Filipinos for Peace and Advancement in Japan, to our MIE coordinating council members who are here, to all our field job members who are here from Hokkaido, represented by our leader of Hokkaido, Isaias Florentino and Kaori-san, to our field job members in Tokyo, represented by covered by Isaias, also by Pat Margate, by June Granada, and by Boy Navarro. We also have people as far as Tokushima, Tohoku. That's Glenn Dapaan. Thank you for coming over. Thank you for Dr. Janet Kabayama, my dentist in the past. Thank you for giving us free service, ma'am. I'm one of your beneficiaries. Thank you for pulling out that molar tooth.
You still remember it.
And then thank you to all the leaders who happen to be here, just dropping out from your campaign in Tokyo. So thank you, everyone. We hope that we will see you soon, and I hope that our guest speaker tonight will be able to expect another invitation from the Professors World Peace Academy that will be signed by Dr. Venus Agustin of the International Peace Leadership College, and other people who are involved in the project of asking people to share their experiences in the field so they will learn from them and do it in their own countries or communities. Thank you very much, everyone.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Very nice presentation.
For the news and
Really.
announcement, I just want to mention that actually these were mentioned already. Some of these were mentioned already by Sir Rafi, but I just want to mention again that the ILS Council is a collaboration of the 7 different organizations, namely the Filipino-Japanese Blessed Family Association, the Professors World Peace Academy Philippines, United Filipinos for Peace and Advancement, the Women's Federation for World Peace, MIA Filipino Coordinating Council, the World Tongil Modo Federation, and Martial Arts Federation for World Peace, Japan. Thank you so much for our speaker. And I think this is where we end our meeting tonight. I wish you all in good health, hoping to see you again on the next ILS Council meeting. Thank you so much for your participation, and most especially to our speakers. Mabuhay po tayong lahat. Good night, everyone. God bless us all.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good night.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mariana Silva.
Thank you.
Thank you,
you.
ma'am.
Your name, Mariana Silva, because of
Thank you, Ma'am
Kasila.
Basari. Very nice
Great
presentation.
experience listening to your testimonies. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you for your wisdom you shared to
Not
us. Thank
alone.
you. Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm not alone, I think.
Can we request everyone to open up your camera and let's have a picture taking?
Thank you.
Ready?
Okay.
Somebody they left already. You take picture, kuya.
Okay.
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 Cheese. Next one, slide. Cheese. Okay, thank you very much for
Thank
your
you.
Have a good evening. God bless everyone.
Good night,
God
everyone.
bless. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Doc, for
Thank you.
joining.
Thank you, everyone.